Barakallahu fikum. Let's get started here. We are continuing in the Book of Marriage, Level 2. And we've reached the chapter on nursing, that's breastfeeding. Or someone might say suckling. Let's read the text of the author first, and then we'll see what's in the explanation for us. So the author, Abu Shuja, rahimahullah ta'ala, he says, Faslun, section. وَإِذَا أَرْضَعَتِ الْمَرْأَةُ بِلَبَنِهَا وَلَدًا. And when a woman nurses or breastfeeds or suckles a child, a baby, by her milk, صار الرضيع ولدها بشرطين. Then the nursed child, the breastfed child, becomes her child, her breastfeeding child, under two conditions. أحدهما أن يكون له دون الحولين. The first of those two conditions is that the child would be less than 2 years. والثاني أن ترضعه 5 رضعات متفرقات. And the second is that she nurses him 5 separate times. ويصير زوجها أبا له. And her husband becomes a father of his. ويحرم على المرضع بفتح الضاد التزويج إليها أي المرضعة وإلى كل من ناسبها. And this nursed child becomes a marriage to her is forbidden for him, and as well as marriage to anyone related to her. ويحرم عليها أي المرضعة التزويج إلى المرضع. And it is forbidden for her to marry the nursing child, وولده, and his child. So that's going to be her grandchild through nursing. دون من كان في درجته أو أعلى طبقة منه. As opposed to someone at his same level, any of his brothers, or higher than him. Those are marriageable for her. Okay, let's see what the explanation has. So Muhammad ibn Qaasim Al-Ghazzi, he said, rahimahullah ta'ala, فصل في أحكام الرضاع or الرضاع. Section concerning the rules of nursing or breastfeeding or suckling. بفتح الراء وكسرها. That's with the fatha on the ra or a kasra on the ra. So you can say ar-rada' with fatha ra or ar-rida' with a kasra. وهو لغة اسم لمص الثدي وشرب لبنه. Linguistically, this is the name of sucking on the breast and drinking its milk. وشرعا, and religiously, it is وصول لبن آدمية مخصوصة لجوف آدمي مخصوص على وجه مخصوص. It is a female human's milk, a particular female human's milk reaching the innards, the inside, the belly of a particular human child in a particular way. وإنما يثبت الرضاع بلبن امرأة حية بلغت 9 سنين قمرية. And merely the nursing is established, confirmed by the milk of a living woman. So not a dead woman's milk. Who reached 9 lunar years. At least, yeah. بكرا كانت أو ثيبة خلية كانت أو مزوجة. Whether this woman were virgin or deflowered, or if she were a bachelorette or married. Yani, somehow a virgin woman had milk coming out of her breast, and then she breastfed a baby in such a way that this baby becomes her nursing child. That's valid. Or a woman who is not married, somehow she has breast milk also, and then she nursed the baby. That's her nursing baby. Well, what if a man had milk coming out of his breast, his chest? Doesn't count. Does not count. وَإِذَا أَرْضَعَتِ الْمَرْأَةُ بِلَبَنِهَا وَلَدًا. And when a woman nursed a child with her milk or by her milk, سواء شرب منها اللبن في حياتها أو بعد موتها, whether he drank the milk while she was alive or after her death. So what was that comment about a living woman? The milk was taken from her while she's alive. The milk was taken from her while she's alive. If he drank from this milk after she died, like they put it in the refrigerator and then she died and then he drank it. So if he drank from it after she died, she's still his nursing mother. So whether he drank from the milk during her life or after her death, وَكَانَ مَحْلُوبًا فِي حَيَاتِهَا, and he was nursed while she was alive, or the milk rather was harvested. Sorry, the milk was harvested, yani her breast was milked while she was alive. صار الرضيع ولدها بشرطين. Then the nursed child becomes her child, her nursing child, under 2 conditions. أحدهما أن يكون له أي الرضيع not الرضيع له أي للرضيع دون الحولين بالأهلة. The first of those 2 conditions is that this nursed child would have less than 2 lunar years. وابتداؤهما من تمام انفصال الرضيع. Those 2 years start from that child separating from his mother. And he comes out of his mother. وَمَنْ بَلَغَ سَنَتَيْنِ لَا يُؤَثِّرُ ارْتِضَاعُهُ تَحْرِيمًا. Alhamdulillah. And anyone who reached 2 years old, then nursing him does not have any effect. يهديكم الله ويصلح بالكم. Anyone who reached 2 years old, then nursing has no effect, does not promote any mahramiyah, doesn't make anyone a mahram for someone else here. والشرط الثاني أن ترضعه أي المرضعة 5 رضعات. The second condition is that she would nurse him, meaning the nursing woman would nurse him 5 times. متفرقات, separate times. واصلة جوف الرضيع, each time the milk gets to the nursed child's inside. وضبطهن بالعرف, precisely counting those 5 times is by the norm. فما قضي بكونه رضعة أو رضعات اعتبر. Therefore, yani, according to that, whatever is normally judged as a single nurse, a single nursing, then it will be so. And whatever is normally considered numerous nursings, then they will be so. Yani, a woman has a baby. It's not her baby. She's holding this baby on her lap here. This baby is, he wants to get to her breast. So she said, okay. So she gave him the breast. So what is he saying here? He's saying, so what if the baby suckled for a while and then maybe stopped, but his mouth was still there, and then he started, and so like this, and maybe you're asking, was that 1 or is that 2? How many suckles were those? So by the norm is what the author is saying. What is normally considered a suckling? That's going to be 1. What would normally be counted as 2 or 3? Then it's going to be 2 or 3, according to the norm. فلو قطع الرضيع الارتضاع بين كل من الخمس إعراضا عن الثدي تعدد الارتضاع. So, had the nursing baby stopped nursing between each of the 5, turning away from the breast, then that's another suckle. Yani he sucked on the breast until he didn't want anymore. Then he moved his face away. He didn't want anymore. So that's 1. That's the meaning here. ويصير زوجها أي المرضعة أبا له. And her husband, meaning the husband of the nursing woman, becomes a father of this, of this nursed child. What I learned is this means, her husband here means, the man who made her have breast milk. That's the one that the judgment is linked to. Yeah, I mean her husband. That's simple enough though, her husband. Put it that way. ويحرم على المرضع بفتح الضاد التزويج إليها أي المرضعة. And it is forbidden for the nursed one, the مرضع, to marry the nursing woman, the nurse, المرضعة. وإلى كل من ناسبها. And it is haram for him to marry anyone related to her. أي انتسب إليها بنسب أو رضاع, meaning anyone related to her by blood relation or by nursing. He didn't say here or marriage. There's 3 ways to be related. Religiously, 3 ways to be related. What are they? You know, marriage, and should have started actually with blood. That's 1. Marriage is 2, and 3 is nursing. And what does not count? Adoption. Adoption is not valid even. What is valid is to raise someone else's child like your own. That's valid. That's not adoption, though. Adoption means to annex this child to your family. Then you will, for example, give him your last name and document yourself as the father or the mother and all of that. That's invalid. You must preserve the lineage. If you are raising someone else's child, you must preserve that child's lineage. That's valid and permissible and a good deed. And when that child gets too big, then you have to observe the rules of khalwa.
Yeah.
Because it's not your child.
Shay, what was that word you said?
Khalwa, it's privacy.
Privacy, okay.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, yeah, I'm just wondering, well, I'm not wondering, like you said, you can raise somebody's child, but like you said, khalwa, obviously that child, when it becomes pubescent, if it's a male, then she can't be like
alone with him.
Yeah, along with him. And can she still touch him like?
No. He's not, he is marriageable. In reality, he's marriageable. Can't do any of that.
Okay. All right, but can I just ask you one more question, please?
Sure.
You know, people that do the IVF, go through the IVF when they can't produce a child. Well, Allah is the one who grants them. They go through that process of IVF.
What is that? Artificial insemination or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me knowing somebody personally, it's not her egg, it's not her husband's sperm, and she's bringing that child up. She didn't even like nurse him as well.
So she's raising someone else's child?
Yep.
Okay. So there's nothing haram about raising someone else's child, but it's just an obligation on this raising one, this foster parent, if you want, to preserve that child's lineage.
But the question comes up to when he's pubescent, then, isn't it?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, there was some echo.
I'm sorry, but the question comes into when he's pubescent, then, isn't it?
Once he's pubescent, then she has to treat him like any other pubescent male.
Even though he lives with her in the house?
Yes, and if it were a girl, then her husband has to treat her like any other pubescent female.
Right, thank you.
Even if he raised that girl since she was a baby.
Right, okay. Barakallahu feek. Isn't it haram though, Sheikh? Isn't it haram though?
No, the only thing that's going to be haram is being alone or seeing the awra. But raising that person is not haram. Having that person in the house is not haram without khalwa.
Like she's carrying somebody else's baby. Isn't that haram?
Oh, you are talking about a pregnancy.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the judgment of this.
All right. Thank you, Barakallah Feek, Sheikh.
I mean, what people? You're welcome.
So, Sheikh, you didn't answer the question. So the question couldn't be answered because you didn't hear about that. If somebody had birthed a child from IVF.
Yeah, I never heard anything about this case.
Okay.
I mean, what freak? The only rules that I know is if your wife is pregnant, that's your baby.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, all right.
That's it.
Yeah, all right, got you, Sheikh.
Well then, Sheikh, question. Okay, so IVF, in vitro fertilization. So in some cases, the egg belongs to the woman. In other cases, may not be. The sperm it may belong to the father or not. So sometimes it is clear that the egg is not that of the couple, but it's implanted in the woman and she carries the pregnancy to term and has this baby. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused when because if the woman is pregnant, it belongs to the husband. So
Yes.
then the baby is born, and they know that biologically it's not theirs. In a particular case, biologically it's not
Let me
theirs.
stop you really quick. There's a rule.
Okay.
This rule is, if your wife's pregnant, it's your baby. That's it. That's what I know.
Right.
I don't know more. Meaning, like, what if your wife even said to you, man's wife said to him, it's not your baby, it's Fulan's baby. I had an affair, it's Fulan's baby. Religiously, it's still his baby.
Okay, so then my question comes up with, then when the child becomes pubescent, how do we treat it as though it's not, the couples?
So the only thing I know, that if a woman is a married woman, if a married woman is pregnant, it's for her husband's child. Yeah, and that's the rule. So do you remember, were you with us in the sessions when we went over li'an? A man wants to accuse his wife and also to deny the child.
Correct.
Why is denying this child? Because if he does not deny the child, it will be attributed to him. That's the rule. That's the rule. Meaning, his wife was pregnant. Whose child is it? It's his child.
But the confusion for me is, then when the child becomes pubescent, then you're treating the child as though it were not yours.
No, I wasn't talking about that. I didn't understand her question completely.
Okay.
At first, I thought she was asking me about raising a child that's not.
Oh, that was never in the woman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't understand the question at first.
Okay, well, now it's clear to me. Okay.
Yes.
That's where I got confused.
Yes. Yeah, I haven't heard about the artificial insemination. And the only thing that I know is, if a woman is pregnant, it's her husband's baby. And the appearance of the child is not evidence also.
Okay. So we good.
Yeah, meaning, I gave this example to you before. A man's wife delivered a baby. That baby is the spitting image of his neighbor. Look exactly like his neighbor. Whose child is that? It's his child, not his neighbor's child. Or it came out with a different color. You know the hadith when the man said to the Prophet, my wife had a black child. Still his child. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do you have camels? He said, yes. He said, what color are they? He said, they are tawny, yani brownish color. He said, did they ever have a white camel? He said, yes. Prophet told him, how could this be? He said, maybe it was hereditary. So the Prophet said to him, maybe someone was black in your wife's family. Maybe one of your wife's ancestors was black that showed up in your baby. He told him, your baby showed up in your baby. That's your baby.
Sheikh, assalamu alaikum again. I'm so sorry.
Wa alaikum assalam. No problem. Yes, go ahead.
I can't get my head around this, because if she's carrying somebody else's child, like the sperm, and it's not her egg because she couldn't hold, they tried so many times, right? But she had to go to a different country. The family, they all know it's not hers. And now everybody's saying, pointing fingers at her. But I can't get my head around this. Isn't it still, she's carrying somebody's child? Isn't that like haram?
I had never heard anything about this case. I cannot speak without knowledge here.
Okay.
I can't say anything because I didn't learn.
Okay. What about inheritance then? Can that child inherit?
Well, it's going to inherit from her. That's her child.
All right. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's looked
no,
like
no problem. You don't have to apologize. No. That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
That's going to be her child. The child that came out of her belly is going to be her child.
All right. Okay.
And according to the rule that I know, unless there's something else, that's going to be her husband's child.
All right. Okay.
That's what I know. All that I know is, if your wife is pregnant, it's your child. Even if you don't believe it's your child, religiously it's your child. Even if she really, really got pregnant by another man, in reality, religiously it's your child. Religiously it's her husband's child, religiously.
It's got nothing to do with the school of thoughts, has it? Like, if the Shafi'i says that or the Hanafi says this, it's got nothing to do with that, has it?
I don't know if they differed about this. The only thing I know here is that when a married woman is pregnant, then whose child is it? It's her husband's child.
All right. Okay.
I don't know more. I don't know any difference in opinion. I never heard anything about artificial insemination or anything.
All right.
But, I mean, wafikum. But, look here. And I just told you now. If she really, really, really got pregnant by another man other than her husband, whose child is that? It's her husband's child.
All right.
Do you understand? That's the religious judgment. That's what I know. When the married woman is pregnant, that's her husband's child.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I told you also a story. I don't know if you caught that story. Some sister, she had an affair. This is what she said. She told me the story. She was pregnant. She had an affair. She discovered her pregnancy after her affair. She hadn't been with her husband in almost a year.
Yeah, I heard that one. What you told was in a different lesson.
Yeah. So looks like that's the pregnancy from the affair. She hadn't been with her husband in almost a year, and she didn't discover that she was pregnant until after she had an affair. So it looks like that baby is from the affair. But what's the judgment? Judgment is, what's the maximum of pregnancy? The maximum, 4 years. 4 years. The maximum of pregnancy is 4 years. She had been with her husband inside of 4 years. She had been with him in almost a year, less than a year, maybe 7 months or something. It was last time she was with her husband. So then what's the judgment religiously? That's her husband's child.
Okay.
And what happened in that particular story? She tried to use that to get out of the marriage, and he still refused to divorce her. And he said, "In fact, I'm claiming the child. That's my baby." That's what he said. Subhanallah.
Subhanallah. Barakallah feek, Sheikh. Sorry again for wasting your time.
No problem. No waste. Barakallah. Okay. So the explainer says, وَيَصِيرُ زَوْجُهَا أَيِّ الْمُرْضِعَةِ أَبًا لَهُ. And her husband, the husband of the nursing woman, becomes a father of his. أَيِّ الرَّضِيعَ, meaning a father of the nursed child, a nursing father. He becomes the child's nursing father. وَيَحْرُمُ عَلَى الْمُرْضِعِ التَّزْوِيجُ إِلَيْهَا أَيِّ الْمُرْضِعَةِ. Okay, I read all of that. And it is forbidden for the nursed child to marry the nurse, meaning the woman who breastfed him. Who's that woman? Might be some woman. Could be a hired woman. Could be his mother's best friend. They nurse each other's babies. Could be, Allahu Alam, who? Could even be a crazy lady. Sanity is not a condition here. Maybe she's just a crazy lady who has breast milk and they give her a baby, she will breastfeed that baby. So she did it 5 times. That's her nursing child now. If she has a husband, her husband is the nursing father. وَإِلَى كُلِّ مَنْ نَاسَبَهَا, and he cannot marry anyone who's related to her. أَيْ انْتَسَبَ إِلَيْهَا بِنَسَبٍ أَوْ رَضَاعٍ, meaning he can't marry anyone related to her by blood or by nursing. Related to her by blood or by nursing. وَيَحْرُمُ عَلَيْهَا أَيِّ الْمُرْضِعَةِ التَّزْوِيجُ إِلَى الْمُرْضَعِ وَوَلَدِهِ وَإِنْ سَفَلَ. And it is forbidden for her, the nursing woman, to marry the nursed child. or his child, when he grows up and has a child, وَإِن سَفَلْ, and any of his grandchildren. وَمَنْ انْتَسَبَ إِلَيْهِ وَإِنْ عَلَى. And also anyone related to him going up as ancestors of his. So that means father, grandfather. دون من كان في درجته. Yeah, not the father. That's a mistake. دون من كان في درجته, but not someone at his same level. She's not mahram for someone at his same level. كإخوته, like his brothers. الذين لم يرضعوا معه, his brothers who did not nurse with him. أو أعلى, or someone higher than him. She can marry someone higher than the child that she nursed. Not his father though. أي ودون من كان أعلى طبقة منه. أي الرضيع كأعمامه, like his uncles. The uncle is higher than the child in the lineage, because the uncle is at the level of the parent in terms of the level, the tabaqa, the stage. Like, who's at a stage? You have, for example, your grandparents. And maybe your grandparents, they have their brothers and sisters. So those are your great uncles and great aunts. Those are all at a level. Then who's at the next level under them? Your parents. So your parents, they have brothers and sisters, for example. So those are your aunts and uncles. That's all a level. Who's under them? You and your siblings. And who else? And your cousins. All of you guys are at the same level. The same stage, like this. So the uncle is at higher stage than the nephew. So the nursing woman, she cannot marry the child she nursed, or any of his descendants, meaning his own child, his grandchild, and so on, nor any of his ancestors, meaning his father, his grandfather, and so on. But she can marry, she's still marriageable to whoever is at his level, the level of this nursing child. That's going to be his own brothers and sisters who are not her nursing children. She's marriageable to them, and someone higher than that, like his uncles, but not his father though. أي ودون من كان على طبقة منه أي الرضيع كأعمامه. وتقدم في فصل محرمات النكاح ما يحرم بالنسب والرضاع مفصلا فارجع إليه. The explainer says, and it has already been presented. This has already been presented in the section about who is forbidden by marriage. Yani, in the section about who is forbidden by marriage, it has already been presented who is forbidden by blood relation and who is forbidden by nursing in detail. So review that. Inshallah, we're close to finishing the book of marriage level 2. Then, bi'ithnillah, we'll start the book of marriage level 3. And when we get to this part of level 3, we will for sure have more details, spelling out more and more details, who's marriageable and who's not marriageable. Wallahu alam. We'll stop there. We're finished with that section. The next section is support. Spousal support, child support, and some other details. Then after that, That might take like two sessions or maybe three. Then after that is custody, and that's the last section. Custody is the last section in the book of marriage. So we have two sections left. Support and custody. Support's a little bit long, so that might take us a session or two, or maybe three. Custody will probably take us one session, and then we'll be done. The book of marriage, level 2. Any question? Okay, it says, if the baby had several nursing mothers, according to the normal suckles, they all would be a nursing mother? Yes. Baby can have more than one nursing mother. To be clear, if the woman nurses someone else's baby, his father becomes mahram to her, so she can be alone with the father and touch, etc. Let's double check it, inshallah, before I say an explicit word there. Did Halima, the nursing mother of the Prophet, become Muslim? Yes. Yeah, she did become Muslim. Ameen wa fikum. I think in the United States, this is strange practice to the people. I think they don't do it. From what I can see, what Americans do that, from what I can see, it converts to Islam, who knew about that and then they did it. There's no harm there. Even I heard some people talking about nursing, like some non-Muslims, and they found the idea of a woman nursing a baby, nursing their baby, as like ugly thing. But we know it's not the case. It's not an ugly thing in itself. So, Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك